Africa, Rubio warns Europe of new geopolitical era ahead of MUNICH Security Conference. And in business, Nigeria secures permanent seat on African Central Bank Board. In health, over 5,000 BAYELSA residents benefit from free health outreach. And in sports, UEFA review VAR use at end of season as Zimbabwe stuns Australia in T20 World Cup shocker. Now the news in full. The National Business and Technical Examination Board and National Examination Council have set up a joint technical committee to harmonize operations and improve Nigeria's public examination system. The decision followed a meeting between NABTEB Registrar Aminu Mohammed and NECO Registrar Dantani Ushishi at NECO headquarters in Nina. Officials say the collaboration aims to strengthen examination administration and advance shared institutional goals through improved coordination and knowledge exchange. The NABTEB registrar emphasized that stronger synergy among examination bodies is vital for national development. The 10-member committee will develop operational frameworks, harmonize strategies, and propose implementation plans. The partnership may also expand cooperation with other bodies, including the West African Examination Council and the National Board for Arabic and Islamic Studies. Across Africa, solar-powered microgrids are emerging as a new model for electricity access, offering an alternative to traditional centralized power networks. Walid Shatta says these small localized grids are helping communities, businesses, and even industrial zones access reliable electricity where national grids are unstable. Shatta highlights that successful microgrid deployment requires more than technology investors. Government support, regulation, and financing all play critical roles. Countries such as Nigeria and Kenya are leading the way, with microgrid networks expanding rapidly in both rural and urban settings. Experts note that these systems, often solar-based but sometimes integrated with other energy sources, provide scalable solutions for towns, villages, and commercial areas alike. The approach is reshaping Africa's energy landscape, bringing reliable power to millions who previously lacked access. Still in Africa, South Africa President Cyril Ramaphosa has unveiled the National Digital Transformation Agenda during the 2026 State of the Nation address in Cape Town. The plan aims to boost economic growth, improve public services, and expand opportunities through technology. The president described digital innovation as key to job creation, entrepreneurship, and efficient governance, citing early signs of economic recovery, including stabilizing inflation and rising agricultural exports. The government plans major investment in digital skills, education, and support for young entrepreneurs to prepare citizens for the modern economy. Infrastructure upgrades, including electricity, roads, and municipal services, were identified as critical to supporting the technology sector and lowering business costs. The government also says expanded digital systems will strengthen transparency and help fight corruption across public institutions. HUAWEI South Africa and National School of Government have signed a 2-year memorandum of understanding to strengthen digital skills across the public sector. The partnership aims to support South Africa's broader digital transformation efforts. Under the agreement, HUAWEI will help integrate technology courses into the government's learning platform, focusing on artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, storage, and digital government services. The initiative is designed to equip public servants with practical skills for a rapidly evolving digital landscape. Authorities say the collaboration will also support joint training programs, research initiatives, and the development of local ICT expertise. The partnership is expected to enhance public sector capacity and drive innovation across government institutions. The Independent National Electoral Commission has fixed 20th February 2027 for Nigeria's presidential and National Assembly elections, with governorship and state assembly polls scheduled for March 6, 2027. INEC Chairman Professor Joash Amopitan announced the timetable at a news briefing in Abuja today, stressing that the early announcement allows political parties, civil society groups, and voters to prepare adequately. The elections will cover the offices of President and Vice President, governors and deputy governors in most states, members of the Senate, House of Representatives and States Houses of Assembly. Party primaries, nomination submissions and campaign will follow statutory timelines, with campaigns ending 24 hours before election day. Amaputon emphasized that INEC is committed to transparency and credibility despite delays in the passage of the amended Electoral Act. He called on government agencies, security services, the media, civil society and Nigerians to work together to ensure peaceful elections. The 2027 polls are a collective responsibility, and INEC is fully prepared to deliver elections that reflect the sovereign will of the people. We'll now take a quick break. The news continues when we return.
Augmented Connected Workforce. The Augmented Connected Workforce leverages remote collaboration tools, AI insights, and wearable devices to enhance productivity. This trend is especially relevant in the era of hybrid work models where teams need to collaborate from different locations. Tools like Zoom and Microsoft Teams have become essential for communication, while wearable tech monitors worker health and safety. However, companies must balance employee privacy with performance tracking to avoid ethical concerns. The workforce management tools market is forecasted to grow to $9.3 billion by 2026. There you have it, the 20 game-changing technology trends shaping the future as we speak.
Good to have you back. If you're just joining, this is Idea TV News Updates now. The rest of the news. Away from Africa, United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio has warned of a new era in global geopolitics ahead of a major speech at the Munich Security Conference in Munich. The summit comes amid rising tensions over the war in Ukraine, relations with China and transatlantic security ties. Rubio will lead the United States delegation to the gathering of world leaders where European defense and the future of North Atlantic Treaty Organization alliance are expected to dominate discussions. The conference follows recent tensions after President Donald Trump renewed interest in annexing Greenland, raising concerns among European allies. Leaders, including Emmanuel Macron and Mark Rutte, are also set to address the summit as Europe reassesses its security role and defense spending. The meeting is expected to shape future cooperation between the United States and Europe. Now in business news, Nigeria has secured a permanent seat on the board of the African Central Bank following the 39th Executive Council session of the African Union. The development was announced by the Foreign Affairs Minister Yusuf Tuga, who described the decision as recognition of Nigeria's growing influence in Africa's financial architecture. The move also extends Nigeria's representation to the board of the African Monetary Institute's Technical Convergence Committee, a key step toward establishing the Continental Central Bank. Officials say the decision highlights Nigeria's technical expertise and commitment to Africa's monetary integration. The minister added that an economic community of West African states candidate was also elected to the Peace and Security Council, reflecting regional cooperation on stability and governance. Nigeria says the outcomes reinforces its commitment to economic integration, democracy, and sustainable development across Africa. And now in health news, more than 5,000 residents in Bayelsa State are set to benefit from a 7-day vision First Plus eye care and free medical outreach across Kolokuma, Opokuma and Okodia Zarama communities. The program, organized by Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited and partners, was launched in Kayama community to expand access to quality healthcare in rural areas. The initiative is being implemented in collaboration with the Bayelsa Ministry of Health and NPC Limited, Total Energies and Ajip Energy and Natural Resources, offering screenings, treatment and preventive care services. Officials say the outreach aims to tackle avoidable blindness and improve overall healthcare access in underserved communities. Health authorities say millions of Nigerians live with visual impairments, mainly from preventable conditions such as cataracts and refractive errors. The program forms part of wider efforts to strengthen preventive health care and improve health outcomes across the Niger Delta. And finally, in sports news, European football's governing body UEFA says it will review the use of video assistant referees at the end of the season. Head of refereeing Roberto Rossetti warned that VAR risks becoming too forensic, calling for fewer microscopic interventions and greater consistency, especially on subjective decisions such as handball. Statistics showed the Premier League currently has the lowest VAR intervention rate among Europe's top leagues, followed by the Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A and League One, while the UEFA Champions League records a similarly high rate. UEFA says pressure from fans and media has contributed to more reviews and stress that the need for a single consistent interpretation of rules across Europe. Rosati also signals caution over expanding VAR power as the International Football Association Board considers new review areas. He raised concerns about an offside proposal backed by Arsene Wenger, expected to be tried in the Canadian Premier League, warning it could significantly change tactics. UEFA say the review aims to balance accuracy with the flow and intensity of the game. In a major upset at the 2026 ICC Men's T20 World Cup, Zimbabwe defeated a depleted Australia by 23 runs in Colombo, posting 169 for 2 in their 20 overs. Zimbabwe was led by a calm and composed 64 not out from Brian Bennett, marking his 10th T20 international half-century. Australia, missing key players Michelle Marsh, Pat and Josh, never recovered. Zimbabwe's opening bowlers, Blessing Muzarabani and Brad Evans, tore through the top order, reducing the defending champions to 29 for 4. Muzarabani finished with 4 for 17. Part-time leg spinner Ryan Ball sealed the victory by dismissing Glenn Maxwell as Australia were bowled out for 146 in just 19.3 overs. Bennett and Ball's record second wicket partnership of 70 had laid the foundation for Zimbabwe's triumph, sparking jubilant celebrations among fans. The shock win puts Australia's tournament hopes in jeopardy while Zimbabwe gains momentum after a strong opener against Oman. Upcoming matches against Sri Lanka and Oman will be critical in deciding Group B. And that's all we have for you on our TV News Update. But before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. About you news that NABTEB and NECO partner to strengthen public examinations. Africa sees surge in solar microgrids to expand electricity access. President RAMAPHOSA unveils digital transformation plan in State of the Nation address. INEC releases timetable for 2027 general elections. HUAWEI and National School of Government signed digital skills deal. And away from Africa, RUBIO warns Europe of new geopolitical era ahead of MUNICH Security Conference. In business, Nigeria secures permanent seat on African Central Bank Board. And in health, over 5,000 BAYELSA residents benefit from free health outreach. And sport, UEFA to review VAR use at end of season. Still in sports, Zimbabwe stuns Australia in T20 World Cup shocker. And now, do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea Television. I am Cynthia Basi. Thank you for watching.